Hey there, everybody. Let's start doing some review on this. Really, let's do some practice problems where we have all these theorems available to us. So, like last week, we had a lot of different theorems on finding zeros for polynomials. So let's practice using them. Let's go with f of x equals x to the fifth minus 6x to the fourth plus 15x cubed minus 26x squared plus 36x minus 24. That's a lot of numbers, isn't it? Well, my P is factors of 24. Numbers that go together with 24, 1 and 24 go together to make 24. 2 and 12 go together to make 24. 3 and 8 go together to make 24. And 4 and 6 go together to make 24. And all of these can be plus or minus. Q is just the front one, which is 1. So we have all these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. And we go the other way. So I made a little list. It looks like I should have started a little bit further to the right. We can see how many positives and negatives we have. That's a good spot to start. So this was Descartes' rule of signs. So if we just leave x alone, we look at the sign changes here. I'm not rewriting it. Let's just see what it is. We got it changes signs here, changes signs here, changes signs here, changes signs here, and it changes signs here. 5 positive roots. Well, that made this really easy, didn't it? I should have led with that. 5 positive roots means no negative roots, because the degree on our polynomial tells us how many roots we can have. That's pretty handy. So we've narrowed it down to that. Maybe I'll start with something like 8. So we're going to do our little synthetic division, making sure we don't skip any things for missing variables. Ooh, this is blowing up pretty quickly, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and then I multiply it 8. Sorry, you're right. 8 times 31 is 248. This is giving me 220 something. 222. This is going to be like 17 something. This is a big number, and then this is going to be a big number. So we're definitely not getting it. 8 doesn't do it. But what does 8 tell us? If our factor is greater than 0, and the bottom row is all non-negative, there are no roots bigger than it either. So 8 wasn't a root, 12 and 24 are out also. So that's why I didn't start with the end. I'm literally doing a homework problem right now. I had no idea what these answers were. This is how I would tackle this kind of problem. So now we've only got a few options left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. We might be lucky to maybe all 5 of those. So maybe let's I don't know, let's try 4. Bring down the 1, and I got a 4 there, -2, 8, 7, 28, 2, 8. Nope, this isn't going to be a lucky one. Not 0. This has a negative sign in there, so I can't cross off anything but the 4. 4 didn't work. Maybe let's try 2. That didn't work either. Looks like maybe it should have. I gotta do something wrong. 36 minus 24 is positive 12. That makes it positive 24. This is a 0. So 2 was an answer. So now we have a smaller box to check. I can use 1, -4, 7, -12, and 12 here for my next box. Right, 3. So close. 3 is out. Try 1. That didn't work. So 1's out. All we've got left is 6 and maybe another 2. I don't know that 6 is going to work because 3 didn't. But I'm not certain that I can bank on that. So I'm going to try the 6. Nope, this is blowing up real quick, isn't it? That is not going to give me a number. So the only positive root left I have left is a 2. Let's see if 2 works again. I am writing down this bottom row correctly, right? Yeah. 2 did work again. So now we currently have 2 down twice. Let's try 2 again. Huh? We got another 2. Look at that. So now we're up to 3 2s. And now this is a x squared minus 3. So far, this is what we're looking like. And we can figure out what this is. This is just set that equal to 0. I'm going to have x plus square root of 3, x minus square root of 3. Because x squared minus 3 equals 0, x equals plus or minus root 3. So all said and done.
Why is the x squared minus 3?
These are the coefficients on the remaining terms.
Yeah, but that's a positive 3.
Oh, you're right. Good catch on that. That's going to be plus or minus I root 3 then. Excellent catch. I got hasty. I got excited. I was near the finish line and I got too excited. So let's write out what the answer is. I've been madder than hell if I was doing homework and plug that shit in. And it said nope. And I've been like, where did I screw up? This is 2 pages of work. Where did I screw up? So we had f of x. This was the original. And we were able to write it as x minus 2 cubed times x plus I root 3 and x minus I root 3. When a root or solution shows up more than once, we call it multiplicity. So x equals 2 is a root with multiplicity of 3. That one looks horrible.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So the fact that x plus I cubed root of 3 and x minus I root of 3, is that an example of the conjugate zeros theorem?
Yes. And it shows up from solving x squared plus 3. So we get x squared equals negative 3. We take the square root of a number. We get plus or minus root negative 3. But then the negative part factors out. So yes, it's exactly an example of the complex theorem. Because the complex number theory is a plus bi, a minus bi. A here is 0. For this problem, a was 0. Complex numbers generally are not something you find until the end. Because there's no real like pattern, you can't use do like the P over Q to pick them. Let's try this one. Let's get a fresh piece of paper. In fact, I will let you guys get a start on it and see what you come up with. Or we're gonna do it together and I'll let you guys guide me in what I should do. I can see one thing right off the bat. Are there any sign changes? No. How's that for convenient? No sign changes means no positive roots. So we might have up to 5 negative. What's my P over Q thingy? What's my P's and what's my Q's? They're the same thing here. That makes that easy. How many different options do I have? Yep. What are the factors of 9? Yep. So we can have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 9. Then we can do division, where Q is not 1, when Q is 3, we can get a plus or minus 1/3, but the pluses are all knocked off, remember? I'm just writing it down so we don't get out of the habit of doing it. And then if I do 9 over 3, I get 3 again, and I already have that. And then if I put 9 on the bottom, I get 1/9. I can get a 3/9, which is 1/3, or I can get 9 over 9, which is 1. I only have 5 options here, right? -9, -3, -1/3, -1/9, and -1. I don't recommend starting with fractions first. Try to wheedle that shit down as much as you can. What number do you guys want to try? -3 sounds like a good choice. Let's do -3. I like -3 because if we have that alternating sign thing, we can cross off the -9. That quickly took a turn for the worse, didn't it? Let's see, this is -21, this is 63. This is just blowing up. I already think this is not gonna work. Because it just keeps getting worse. The numbers, they keep changing signs. but they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not gonna get us back to 0, there's no way. I'm gonna stop there. I can see that the numbers are getting bigger and getting larger. -3 didn't work. Oh, but it might tell me if -9's out, so maybe I should keep going. That's like 700. I don't know. Let's see. 34 times 3 is 90 and 12 is 102, 702. This is 703. This is -2109 or -2100. Finishing it did do something. The signs are alternating. That was the criteria when C is negative. If the signs alternate, there's nothing that's more negative as a root also. So knocking off -3 actually knocked off -9 as well. I really don't want to do fractions. I have this bad feeling I'm going to need to. But let's give it a gander. Let's try -1. Rude. All right. Well, of the two fractions that remain, -1/3 is easier to work with than -1/9. So let's try that one. I got a good vibe about -1/3. Let's use a different color, change it up a little bit.
-1 doesn't work, but isn't. Never mind. I got that.
The last number is not a 6 or negative, so it doesn't do the alternating thing. It almost knocked them all out, didn't it? Came pretty close. All right. 1/3 of 9 is -3. 6 minus 3 is 3. -1/3 of 3 is -1. Oh, this is where you get shitty on me. Why you gotta be negative? If I had added 1, it would have worked just fine. All right, so 9/3 is 27/3. If I'm subtracting, I have 20/3. This might turn back around and get us there. So this is -29s. No, it's not. It's not getting us there. So this is 9/9 minus 20/9 is -11/9. And I'm getting 11/27. That's not 0. So we've crossed off -1/3. There's only one answer left that it could be, and I'm not looking forward to doing it. But we may not have any rational roots. Nine, 6, 8, 9, 1, 9. Eight is 72/9. Minus 5/9 is 67/9. Oh, that goes there. 67/9. This is negative 67 over 81. This is getting out of control. 9 times 81 is 729. Minus 67. 632.
What did we be? Instead of
Say what?
would it be plus 67 instead of the negative 67?
You're right. It is plus. No, I'm multiplying by a negative here. You tricked me. So that's 632. This isn't getting really better, is it? It goes 632 over 729. Well, maybe. 729 minus 632 is 97. Nope, if I multiply this by negative 1/9, I get a number less than 1. So it is not going to work either. So there are no rational roots. They must all be irrational. All right, let's try a crappy one. That one looks crappy, but we only had 5 numbers to check really, so it wasn't too bad. All right, so it changes sign twice. Oh, if we put in zeros though. I don't know, the sign changes are going to help that much here. So let's start working through P's over Q's. P is crappy. Q is easy. But we've got 1 in 2025. 5 clearly goes into it. With 405. Five goes into it again. So if we did 25 and 81, we get it. '81's got factors of. I still can't. I have 81 left. This can't be divided by anything more than, I don't know, maybe 125. Let's check. 2025 divided by 125. No. 2025 divided by 225. Let's try that. English. All right. So if we arrange it from high to low. We got 1, 5, 9, nope, a 3 in there. Five, 9, 3, we got a 25. An 81. A 675. Oh, 405 first. Nope, a 225 first. 675 and 2025. God, I'm hoping it's something low.
If my math is correct, another factor is 15 and 135.
Oh, I didn't do that combination. Good check. Yeah. So I'll put a 15 in right here and 135 right there. All right, so Q is 1, so these are our numbers plus or minus. I'm gonna, like, I see it ends in a 5. I'm gonna try a 5. That's what I want to do. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Let's just try a 5. I've got a 1, a 0, a negative 25, a 0, a negative 81, a 0, and a 2025. Holy shit. It works. Straight out the gate. So I'm going to circle it. I'm going to try it again. Let's try it again. Why not? I'll do it out of this box now. Oop, that's 10. That's not looking good. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Ooh. But I do get something out of it. Let's see. This is like 5,000 something. So this number is positive also. The bottom row is all positive when I divide it by 5, which means every single number that's fucking higher than 5 is off the list. That's a jackpot right there. That's a super jackpot right there. That's incredible. I'm excited about that. Because now I don't have another 5 either. So all I can check is 1 or 3. I guess there's negative numbers. Let's try these first. Oh, I wonder if a negative 5 would have helped. Let's try 3. So I've got 3 going into 1500, negative 81, negative 405. Two 16. Yeah, 135. That's 405. Bam, we got ourselves another winner. Let's try another 3. Oh, they're all positive. If I stick in a 3, if I stick any positive number right now, all I'm gonna keep getting is more positive numbers. So there are no more positive answers right here. Which means we gotta start checking negative numbers. Well, let's try negative 3. Let's do negative 3. Oop. Let's see, 72 minus 27, 45. Oh shit, look at that. Bam. If we lose one more, we're down to a quadratic. This is looking good. Let's try negative 3 again. That didn't work. All right. So we've got 2 3s and a 5 so far. No, we got a 3, a negative 3, and a 5. My top row right now is 1, 5, 9, and 45. I don't know, it's negative 5 maybe. Positive 5 worked, positive 3 worked, negative 3 worked, maybe negative 5 will work. Oh, yeah, it does. So we're down to f of x equals x plus 3, x minus 3, x plus 5, x minus 5, x squared plus 9. Remember, when you're doing these, you're taking the answer we had over there and saying x equals that, and then making the right side 0 by adding 5. So I'm getting x plus 5 equals 0, and so that one was this one right here. This one factors a little bit more. It's a perfect square, but it's positive rather than negative, which means there's going to be complex ones in there. And that's our f of x.
X squared.
These are the coefficients of,
So you always do the last, like something.
yeah, the bottom. So like, let's go back all the way up to here. we started with an x to the sixth. So this is really a row of x to the fifth, x to the fourth, x cubed. And then after we beat that row down, we got here, it dropped down to x to the fourth. This dropped down to an x cubed. So this was an x cubed. And now this drops down to an x squared. It keeps going down by one degree. And I don't think we're going to do another one in 5 minutes. So let's just rest. Did I hit record? I did hit record. Any questions in the peanut gallery? We'll hit stop recording then.